how I organized 11 Skool Games events. So how it happened on helping creators monetize on Skool when Hormozi launched the first Skool Games in, I believe that was 2024 January. So the results at the start were amazing. $12 cost per trial for a $99 subscription, and 1 in 3 of those people became full-time paying subscribers, and Skool churn was 20%, like I believe month over month, that's not over a year. So an average person would cancel all month 5, so decent numbers, nothing like spectacular, but also Skool was growing quite substantially through word of mouth and organic. I believe that was like 100 to 150 new trials per day. And every month it was adding up. So first event was fun in terms of topics, but the quality of the event was just not the best. Like it was, like fast food, security didn't know there was an event. We took people to lunch after the event and we ran out of space by like a massive margin. Like 15 people didn't have a place to sit. They were sitting like on the ground or standing. And we didn't take pictures or made ads. And also the event, like the place itself was pretty cold, like for one reason or another. And quite a few people mentioned it. And Sam wanted to do as little as possible because he's always focused on product. He's always just like, let's keep the main thing our main thing. And I was like, so if everybody is like, whatever. So after a bit of time, I was telling him that I can do it, and he told me I can lead it. And also another person at school, Matthew, was really in favor of making a few changes, and he had a lot of influence over Sam, which really helped. So the venues that we were organizing those events with was Acquisitions HQ, which is Hormozi's HQ in Vegas, and then Los Angeles Skool HQs, and then Los Angeles events venue. This is where they have it now. The process. So we had balloons, ropes, and nice backdrops. We wanted to make it fun, not like a business event, but very much like a fun event for people to enjoy, learn few things. But that's the most important, that they are having fun. We had really nice agendas, very beautifully designed. We worked on trophies, and we had beautiful, original, high-quality trophies. If you want to contact who was organizing it, let me know. But they were very original and not just like the plaques, like as you may find from WAP or you may find from ClickFunnels. But we did something different. We did those torches because that's like Skool Games. The game is similar to like Olympic Games, so the best person will win. That's where the torch idea came from. And what I did is I mapped out the whole event experience journey from winning the games, from like being on the top there, to coming back home from the event. So every step from a person message where we were paying for tickets at some point, which was a lot of organization. We're picking some people from the airport. We're renting out hotels for them, or they could stay in the mansion with the school team. It was really fun. Like we rented so many really cool mansions in Vegas. We had games to play and good food within the budget all the time. It was crazy how many little optimizations we did to that. And we had decorations all the day, and then we ran a ads creation process with Michael, which was a creative director at the time at Hormozi's, and private chat that was cooking for them for a whole 3 days of experience. So a lot of the time we were partying until 3 to 5 a.m., which are some of the best memories I have. Honestly, like those were really good times, and which also took a toll on my health quite a bit. But those are good times. After a few events, we really had a checklist of things to do, and it was so easy. Like fast iteration loops and documenting the process make it very easy to run next time. Like each time we switched to a venue, that was like a big change, but after that it was like, okay, we just need this, and each time it was even faster, and a lot of the times you had the same vendors, stuff like that. So you really don't be afraid to create an event, because the first time you do it will be like, oh my god, I have to do all of those crazy things. But then you're like, okay, well, I pretty much need a venue, way to transport people, and food. That's the basics, and then you just do it, and next time you just do the same thing, and you can add few things or remove few things. So a few things I learned. If you have a step-by-step process and you don't add steps for no reason, it doesn't take a lot of effort. Like it really doesn't. It was just me also doing 2 other jobs. I was running the 100 challenge with Alex. I was also helping out with the support team, and I did that, and the events had great feedback. This is some of the most fun and best feedback we ever got. even those great companies don't have everything figured out. Like they've done few things right, like the acquisitions or Skool, like incredible companies. They have massive respect for them, but a lot of those things, that's why they needed like the team to figure it out, to be like, hey, just figure it out, and then like report to me every week or so on the improvements and the plans and the budgets that you need or things like that. So really, you can deliver great value to them, and especially if you can be proactive, you can progress your career quite fast. Especially if you are in other companies, it's like foster that entrepreneurship spirit. And the vibe of Skool Games winner was way more fun than most of those marketing people that I've ever met. I'm not saying marketing people are bad by any stretch of imagination. I'm one of them. Those business people don't have hobbies outside of business. Same for me. Like the only thing I do other than business is run and take care of my health and like spend time with my family and my girlfriend. But that's it. Like that, there's not much other than that. But those people that Skool over time changed their like focus in terms of avatar from the marketers, business owners to more general public, which enabled them to scale the ads, but also the vibe of a person changed a lot. Those people were more fun and more like I would say they weren't so serious about their business progress, which is, you know, good, bad, you can think of it whatever, but that's what we did to scale. Also, Hormozi was really cool in person. Like, Hormozi was surprisingly fun and way nicer. And his team was great and fun as well. I was thinking they would be way more serious. They are very ambitious. I mean, that's awesome. But like, I didn't, like, I was expecting them to be like team in suits and things like that. But they were great. They really were incredible. And the cultures of both companies were different, way different, which created some friction. For example, the one of the cultures of Hormozi, one of the values of Hormozi is like impeachable character, right? And at Skool we had a joke that one of the values of Skool is being a little naughty, right? Just having fun and enjoying yourself, because each of the companies needed different values to get to the goals that they had. Like in order for Skool to get to 1 billion users, it has to be fun. There's no product or anything that scaled to 1 billion users that was not really fun to be part of, like TV, like iPhones, like parties, like all those things that scale to 1 billion, like movies, are made to be enjoyed. It's mostly entertainment. So little naughty and having fun is a value they need. The acquisition is, I mean, you can give many definitions to it, but I look at it as family office, right? Like they're kind of like they invest in buy companies and they advise them. So they have very much like a finance bro vibe, and that's the culture that they need. I believe, I could be wrong, right? Or that to scale. So very different. And we had Sam, who was at the head of Little Naughty, and then we had Alex and the rest of the team, but impeachable character, which created some issues. But a lot of them, they were very reasonable and they had the same goal, which is to grow Skool. It was not to grow acquisitions, but to grow Skool. So we were just always leaning more towards that. And I work the best when I'm relaxed and having fun. This is like for me, and this is what I also learned from Alex, but mostly from Sam. Is in order to scale from like to 6 figures, you need a lot of discipline. You need to improve yourself. You need to clean up your life. You need to provide a service to someone. Then to scale to 7 figures, you need even more discipline. You need to be working super hard, stretching yourself, and doing everything you can. But in order to scale to 8 figures, you have to do it for a long time and create a team that can help you in systems. And to do that, it really helps to have fun and to create like a nice vibe for people and not be so serious, because you will be able to attract better talent and you will do it for long term, which ultimately is the biggest advantage you will have, right? So I realized that a lot of it that when I was stressed, I was not doing as well, and like mentally, physically, and even business wise. So I'm making it a priority to work long but not work hard, because I think working hard is a choice that you just don't need to make. If you had a choice, achieve your goals easy or achieve your goals hard, why choose hard? You can, and a lot of the times it is a choice. Like look at Elon. A lot of the times he seems like he's having fun, even though he's working really long. So it's like a little mindset shift, but it helped me tremendously with just enjoying the work, and I'm making actually way more progress. I'm still working the same amount of hours. It's just different. Don't travel unless you really need to. Yeah, most of the times you don't. I spent so much time traveling in those 2 years, and I was traveling like probably every month for like 30 hours at least. It had a pretty big impact on my health. Also, if you can fly in first class or stay in a good hotel, a lot of it, I mean, I flew economy most of the times. I flew, I think, once or twice in like a better something. It was not the best idea. I had the money. Like, I just was torturing myself doing that. And stay in a good hotel. Sometimes I would drive like for 25 minutes, 30 minutes, and I would like miss a plane because of that and stuff like that. So I was really cheap with it. This is kind of like a lesson to myself. It's just to stay at a good hotel. I have the money. Like, what am I going to use the money for if not like having a good sleep? So this was my first time hanging out with Sam like a lot. And I learned a lot from him that way. So with Sam Owens, he's one of the smartest people. It was the smartest businessman I ever met. And there are a few reasons I believe he's been able to make as much progress as he did. So I'm recording a video that will go in depth on it, but here are just a few. Number one is he doesn't like outsourcing, like at all. He will do everything by himself, and he really works hard and he works fast for that to be the case. And he gave me conviction, and his way of operating of extreme focus, long-term commitment, having a vision and ignoring everything else, gave me the conviction to invest multiple six figures into Skool at a good valuation. It was not a perfect valuation, but I was just like, hey, like, it probably doesn't make sense this year or next year investing that money, but if I invest that money, I know like in 5 years it will be one of the best financial decisions I ever made. And it also gave me like this insurance that no matter what happens with my life, I'll be fine. Sam was super fun to be around when he was relaxed. He was truly a vibe, and which took many hours to get him to that state because he is pretty like introverted by default, but it was so worth it. He was telling us stories, we were making fun, and he was just, he was great. I realized that I learned a lot from those marketers or business types, but having a vision, creating innovation can be even more effective. If you look at the biggest business people in the world, all of them are not those mercenaries focused on business, but they are visionaries focused on like some wrong that they are trying to fix in the world. And Sam was one of them. Sam was definitely carrying about a vision more than the money. Doesn't matter if the business was doing well or not doing as well. He was always paying himself He was paying himself the same amount of money, and he was just spending it all on the growing school and having a lot of fun doing it. And and a lot of the times he was grumpy and he was weird, but there are a few things he never wavered from, which really was a lot of wisdom in. And it was pretty easy to spot the winners to the events who will continue to keep winning after the event, and it was pretty easy to spot the people who just made their lunch and left. So like the biggest thing is lack of vision. They people that only cared about the money, they only cared about the milestone, whatever. That's sort of people that didn't really amount to much. I mean, great that they won Skool Games, but that's it. They were talking more about vacations or fun or events or things like that, or than the business. The best people were genuinely interested in business. It was their passion. It was something that they were obsessed about and not something that they were doing for the money. It wasn't for them just a way to meet Hormozi or do it for a little bit and then switch to something else. It was a way of living. And that's they were thinking long term. And most of the people that have stopped doing those things that they won with, so they don't really need to worry much about competition. People were asking me like, what are the best industries, what are there, whatever. And what I learned is just like, I don't know how many of those Skool Games winners I met, but at least like 150 of them, like at least. And I can probably count 15 to 20 that are still doing the same thing as we were doing just like 1 or 2 years ago. Nothing crazy. So most people just like change ideas, start a new thing, stuff like that, just like me. Just like I've made a bunch of mistakes of changing things all the time. So you really don't need to worry about competition if you just stick to one thing and keep doing it. And another like a big lessons I've learned is value extraction depends on the participant. I believe I was one of the people that extracted the most out of those events. I made a lot of friendships. I met people that I later partnered up with on some projects. I helped them with things. Then I met people from Hormozi team that we still have friendships, and they helped me with different things, and I helped them. And there were also people that literally didn't get almost anything from the event other than like food and maybe going to Vegas. And there are people that, partner up, made a lot of money together, and they had friendships for years. So truly, whenever you go to an event, whenever you join anything, it's your job to figure out how to extract the most value from it. Like observe what the people are doing, try to do more of that, and try to gravitate towards the value. And don't do speakers. Like speakers on event are kind of the distort the vibe. Also, don't allow any pitching, don't allow any of that, because that again devalues the community and elevate the people from the community itself. That's what helps to preserve that vibe and fun part of the community. So that's it. If you have any questions about how I ran those or any more insight, just message me on either Instagram or LinkedIn, and and I can tell you what I learned. There was a lot of, even current Skool Games events are running on my protocol. I picked the venue, and I'm pretty sure they're still using my checklist. So that's the process, and those were very successful and fun events.